Yep, still coping with creepy-ass buildings. Never trust the tranquility. Oh, one thing I noticed with the dual-handed holding of these weapons, and I'd like to point it out before I make this peaceful, very Resident Evil 4-ish crossing the river. When you hold a weapon in your left hand, the model is basically the right hand mirrored. This is the reason, I suspect, why they put the pistol or your melee weapon in the left hand, because if your phone was mirrored, the text would give it away. You're less likely to notice, unless you're actually someone familiar with firearms like I am, that the ejection port has been flipped. But if I hold it in the right hand, it's the right way around. Oh geez, Simon, I didn't know you lived next to a loch. Yeah, if you think we're done with enemies, we're not. Perhaps I overestimated the duration of the game left after where I was, because we probably hit halfway more around Carcass. That was probably a halfway mark, or sometime in the train area after that, when they, like, took away our fucking battery. That was probably the halfway mark. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Spoilers. Great. More creepy buildings. Whoa, 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 ladies. One at a time. Swapping your weapon is always faster than reloading. Even though I don't think that's what they had in mind with what I just fucking pulled. Another reason to dual wield. Not worth it for fucking 2 rounds. Yeah, the sounds are kind of fucked. I could try a reload. You know what? I'll do that at next save. I'll try a reload, see if that fixes it. I kind of enjoy not having my own weapons blast my ears out. Huh, that's mighty suspicious. First of all... Great, more down. Don't think I don't see you down there. Oh, that's inconvenient. I'm also getting better feedback because their pain sounds aren't muted out by the gun going off. Excuse you? What? Why is there a fucking underwater section? This whole area is designed to fucking drown you. I better not have gone in like a big fucking circle. Good luck running a gasoline chainsaw underwater, asshole. This section is just the fucking worst. Hey, it's Suburbia! Wait, why are the guns in opposite hands now? Okay, so where is home for Simon? Yeah, but I want to dual wield. Simon, you know where you live, I don't. Where in the fuck am I supposed to be going? Okay, I'm gonna try to reload and see if it fixes the audio problems. Okay, I'm willing to waste a bullet to see if this is, Hey! Sound's working again. I still have no idea where I'm supposed to go. probably already checked all of these last night. Yes, the last time I was playing this was last night. Just trying to wrap this up. Put a bow on it. Okay, that's actually probably more useful than the shotgun right now. Are we home? Is this it? Oh. Oh, Simon, I didn't know you lived in such a rough hometown. Ow. Starting to question the efficacy of the dual wield. And this 45 kicks like a goddamn mule. Oh, looks like it doesn't just kick me like a mule. Still no sense of where I should be going.
Finally home. I hope Mom's okay.
So, Red House, that's where your reticle got stuck. No, let's not do that right away. Oh no, that's just a bunch of... Why is the geometry taking a shit? Yeah, just walk into the house with guns akimbo.
Mom? Mom! Where are you? Mom! Mom!
This is a nice place, Simon. Dun dun dun. Now we're real, Simon. Be nice if I had a sense of where I'm actually facing, travel-wise. So yes, we've been playing a psychological construct of Simon that might be magically linked to his therapy book. There are side stories that make things a bit clearer. I don't know how he's going in a straight line without putting his other hand on the other wheel. Wheelchairs don't work like that. It takes both hands. Back here, book Simon. I keep getting stuck on things. Funny, I guess Book Simon must have found his bag, because there's no way he'd be able to carry all that shit with what I was stuck with for inventory space. Best ending.
I stopped myself from doing it. From committing suicide. But it didn't only leave me alive. It also left 2 police officers dead. I killed them. Shot them both. This was not supposed to happen. Doctors testified that I was having a psychosis. Which means that my punishment won't be too hard for me to bear. I have to spend the rest of my life in a mental hospital, where nurses and doctors are taking care of me. They let me finish my book, and it has helped me a lot. I wrote a happy ending, just for myself. I feel better now. I am more at peace with myself, even though I'm still stuck in this wheelchair. But I accept that now. I can never forgive myself for shooting those 2 officers, though. But I have so many supportive people around me now, so I think I will be okay. Dr. Purnell is mentoring me and is watching my progress. I am lucky to have him. Sophie visits me every once in a while. When the doctors let her, that is. They still think her visits are too destabilizing for me and that it hinders my progress. I keep on telling her how sorry I am for making her life miserable every time she's here. She just laughs a bit and tells me to stop being so silly. But I can see the damage I've done to her in her eyes every time she looks at me. She found a new friend, one who is there for her and treats her right. I'm happy for her. Though I'll miss the good moments we've had, knowing that they'll never come back. I think this is a good time to close this book. It has changed my life forever. The end.
Yes, that's the happy ending. Here's a quick breakdown for those who were, unable to figure out exactly what's going on. Our whole adventure was another deep in center of mind experience in which Simon tries to work shit out. I mean, again, there's a lot of parallel that I can draw with Total Chaos in that regard. But by choosing to trust the, in Simon's mind at least, untrustworthy doctor, and choosing to eliminate Carcass, which was supposed to be Simon's suicidal tendencies made manifest, yeah, we saved Simon. Now, the 2 police officers dying, that connects to, like, the multiplayer thing, because this game has a cooperative multiplayer campaign with a special ending, and I would have spent more effort exploring that if it wasn't such a pain in the ass to get it working. I don't know. I'll give it a shot at some point, but I was just trying to get this main campaign sorted out because there are unlockables that require you to complete each ending. So endings aside from the good ending that I got, which means that you... I mean, I don't know if you'd have to replay from the start, or... Well, actually, you would have to replay from the start, because it's not like you can... There are events throughout the campaign. So yeah, it requires replaying, and there's special weapons that require you to, like, S-rank it at the Nightmare difficulty. It's all very... Here's the thing, though. I can appreciate the sort of level of effort that went into this to make it what it was. But, call it my personal preference, I prefer Total Chaos. I suspect part of that relates to the fact that it's a shorter experience, and, I mean, it involves some backtracking, like through the wooded area and so forth, And you'll kind of crisscross areas on the map because you'll get a key, and then you'll have to go back across another area. But there's a lot of shortcuts, and the overall length of the game means you don't feel like you're backtracking that much, or that it's so often or for such a duration that it's as grating on the senses. It's also important to remember that Total Chaos, I think, has maybe better level design, because again, it was in a section that I had to cut out because it was me wandering around like an idiot trying to find out what I was supposed to do, which really spoiled the latter half of this game for me. It was wandering around trying to find out what I was supposed to do. You don't get any better direction in Total Chaos, but yet Total Chaos, you move smoothly from point to point, and there's a reason for that. The level design is set up to guide you to where you're supposed to go, and in Total Chaos, they can't do that as well. There were things designed to prevent the player from retreading areas that were necessary, but because you're reusing so many maps, you can't really configure them in a way that guides the player where they're supposed to go. Besides, finding what you're supposed to find and getting where you're supposed to go is part of the game, part of the challenge. It's not so bad when you're just playing it, it's irritating. But it's worse on an LP thing, because that's not something you want to show. It's just you stumbling through the fucking dark. So, my total accuracy was about 75%. That's not terrible. Oh yeah, there it is, 72%. 30 syringes used, 61 saves, found 17 weapons overall. So yeah, you get an ending rating based on accuracy, med items used. So I suck, basically. I suck. That's what this is. That's what this is telling us. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's because I petted the dead cat. And I found that. And I found that, I think. Yep, Doctor Mode, which is a glass cannon run. You have powerful weapons, but no healing items. So yeah, that's Cry of Fear. It's on Steam. It's free. Would I suggest playing it? Yes. I mean, like I said, that latter half really soured me. I suppose, because here's the thing. And yes, this is my post-LP rant where I go off while looking at, you know, the title screen, which is a nice, pretty title screen, by the way, for a minute or two, or several. I had just done a straight run of Total Chaos before I did the LP. So I knew exactly where I was supposed to... I was rehearsed in the gameplay, and I like that because it cuts down on any kind of bullshit, where in the hell am I supposed to go? Here's the problem. I don't have all the time in the world to do this. I'd love to have all the time in the world to do this. I don't. Total Chaos's short duration means that I can effectively do that, you know, have a full run through the game, and have enough time to record it afterwards. Cry of Fear's duration, not including the fact that I started this LP almost a year ago, or possibly more than a year ago, I don't know exactly. Aside from the fact that I started this a year ago and I'm just finishing it now, this is too long for me to have done a rehearsal run before coming back and doing it again. That's the problem. Now, rehearsal runs are less necessary in games with more direct paths. It's really not a problem with the game. It's a problem with trying to do a good LP format and trying not to have a lot of sort of chaff mixed in with the wheat of the LP, which requires editing, which is more time that I have to spend on something else. Because when you consider it, and I know I've been over this before, I'm sorry, but I keep making the point because people who watch my videos don't tend to watch all of them. But ultimately, if I do something and I know that I have to edit something out of it, usually I have to review it, which means that the time of the video, gameplay-wise, is multiplied by the time necessary to rewatch it to find what content needs to be cut, because I don't, like, make notes of timestamps of when I'm supposed to cut. I might start doing that. And then, of course, there's exporting the video, which can take a quarter, usually, of the video's duration, plus uploading to YouTube, which sadly still takes about 5 times the video's duration. All things considered, to deliver to you, the viewers, 20 to 30 minutes of footage can take 5 to 6 hours. Now, that's not 5 to 6 hours where I have to be locked behind this machine, but it's 5 to 6 hours where it's a bottleneck for content creation. And so, and again, I'm not made of time. I have to budget what I do. So, no rehearsal run. I don't quite know what I'm handling, and I end up lost, and that adds to editing, that adds to time elsewhere. And the time that I'm lost is time recording that goes up in smoke. It gets wasted, it disappears. Now, of course, I could pause recording when I think I'm lost in order to not have to edit it later, but I alt-tabbed out of this game once and fucked with the sound, so that's out. Unless I want to play in windowed mode, which spoils the experience, creates graphics card problems, because I'm not using a monster rig here. So, Cry of Fear is a good game, but for the purposes of this LP, it's a bad fit. It's also a bad fit because I've made the point clear before, I'm not big on horror games. I don't experience, ooh, boo, scary. No. It's a game. It's a game. The monster is numbers being calculated on a card. That's it. And I mean, I can suspend disbelief for action games and so forth and so on, but the problem with horror is I feel a lot of the tropes are run down, like it's been done. And Dan O'Bannon, the late Dan O'Bannon, who wrote the original Alien, made the point that horror novelty is very important for horror. If you lose the novelty, it's less scary. And the issue is that horror as a genre has run much of its novelty down. Other genres are less dependent upon novelty. Action is less dependent upon novelty. Drama is less dependent upon novelty. Familiarity breeds contempt, and in no creative genre is that more apparent than in a horror genre. I mean, things like the new Scream, you know, whatever, Scream 5, try to make this big meta, multi-layered thing to maintain its relevance, and it's still but that's modern Hollywood for you. Anyway, so, yes, if you have come to this sometime, months, years after it has been finished in its entirety, the context of this LP is that I started it about a year before now, and I came back to finish it on a month where I was finishing a lot of outstanding projects that I hadn't completed. So it's here, it's finished. Will I do a doctor run? At some point, maybe, but not now. Will I do a co-op run, if I can ever get it working? Thank you all so much for watching. The like is right down there. Ain't gonna hurt you. Ain't gonna bite. Check out other videos that I've done. If you like them, consider subscribing to this channel. I hope my viewership is endeavoring at all possible effort to stay happy and healthy out there. And as always, fare thee well, dear viewers.